Buenos noches and welcome to Lifestyles. My name is Cheryl Otieno. Just like we always do, we take it a tile at a time. When you hear drug addiction, something clicks into your mind about distraction, about irresponsibility, about depression, about mental health. But what is it that we really do not know about this particular tile? Our today's guest is here to elaborate more. He's a CEO of a foundation called YADA, and it is a foundation that is fighting drug addiction. So he is here to tell us more, and I'll give him the opportunity to introduce himself. Karibu.
Asante.
Yes.
So thank you. As you've just said, Dennis Motikiama.
Yes.
In the line of ministry, people call me apostle, others call me pastor. You see, those are functionalities.
Yes.
Depends on which grace God provides at a particular time, in a particular area. And I believe I'm more of a missionary. And I like calling myself a missionary because a missionary is a person who is on a mission. Especially to transform people from a certain maybe doctrine or a behavior to another one. So for me, I'm trying to transform from addictions or substance abuse to sobriety. And as you said, I'm the CEO for Youth Against Drug Abuse Kenya, YADA Kenya. It's an international NGO that is growing and growing fast by the grace of God. And our central focus is Christ. And so I feel really humbled to be here in Christ Television because our mission is continuing. And professionally, I am a prisons officer. And yes.
You're a man of many hats.
Yes, I'm a man of very many hats.
Sawa. So I would love us to talk about drug addiction. And for starters, what is drug addiction?
Drug addiction, number one, there is the two ones. You have the drug and you have addiction. Drug can be ending. Even the medical drugs, those are drugs. And also they can be addictive. Addictives. So addiction is that state of you cannot function minus it. You cannot perform minus you being intoxicated. And so let's say it's using maybe whether the chemically or the drugs maybe from the hospital in a wrong way. Even Paraton, Panadol, paracetamol can be addictive once you start using them for the wrong purpose. But now, according to the World Health Organizations and the NACANDA statistics that we have, we believe that addiction is a state of using these chemicals that tamper with the normal functioning of the brain. So that is what is addiction.
Before we get into why and how these particular substances can be abused, you can give us a brief history of why and how you chose this particular line.
Okay, I chose this particular line because I believe I concur with people that call me apostle. Apostle is someone who is sent. That is the meaning of the word apostle. So I believe I'm sent for the youths. Number two, I believe I'm not learning from anyone. I personally have faced the journey, I've walked the journey of addiction. So I'm a recovering addict. That's what we say, and we keep on reminding ourselves despite the many years that we stay, because the disease is in us. It can only be managed, but cannot be cured fully. So I'm a man who struggled with addiction. And when I say addiction, let me give 80% to substance addiction. My drug of choice that we call the DOC, majorly zilikuwa ni pombe. I've done alcohol a lot. And, the stuff, the tobacco, the cigarette, bangi, mirror.
How old were you at this time?
I was very young, in Form 2 actually. I started experimenting in Form 2 and Form 3. And it came because I wanted to fit in a class of some people. As you said, I'm a man of many talents. It's not pride. I can act. I'm a good footballer. There is this time in high school that I was elected. Actually, I was not elected. I was nominated because I could not qualify in the elections. Prefects in our school used to be elected when you were going to get a B. Those people that could perform and get a B grade. For me, I was an average student. I scored C and C minus. And at times when mocks could come, I could score D plus. But talent was in me. I was good at acting and everything. So comes this time when our school entertainment captain gets expelled from school. And so the school principal said that we want someone who understands what is entertainment. And so I was picked, I was nominated, and I did good. So I'm a man, leadership is in me. I head in the drama club, the journalism club, the scout troop leader, and now the school entertainment captain. So coming from the remote areas of Meru, we believe that only people from Nairobi or from any other city or towns are the ones who can stand out to be entertainment captains who are janja.
Oh, yeah.
So what I did is I struggled much to fit in their class, and so I was forced to do what they were doing. Obviously, that is chewing the tobacco, the uncouth behavior, if I may say, getting drunk now and then. Then there is this time I was allowed every Saturday to go and pick movies without any frisking by the school gate man. Personally, I'm not a fan of movie, so I identified a friend of mine who knows about movies, so I could walk out with him. And you can see, hizo ni wakati za disc, the disc itself, the round thing. You go pick that thing in a big bag. You see, if it's now, because I'm now security minded, I can ask myself questions. Psychologically, the psychologist could ask those questions. So instead of picking the movies, yes, this guy was going and selecting the movies because he was good at movies, he was not good at movies. So, and for me, the bag was to bring in and sneak the illicit substances, that is all types of drugs, bang, mirror, and all this. So I used to do business, and I had a group of mine that as people, other boys were watching, we had set up place here to where you can relax and sniff, smoke, and do all types of addictions. And
you were just doing it in public?
Yes. You see now, the cover outside, then is now everyone says this man is talented. If I may say, those are the days that celeb wa shule. And
yes.
So, and it graduated actually maybe to the nearby schools. Actually, it ended up everyone in Meru knew me during our time. Because I was this man who was very, very fierce. Drama. Actually, how I used to put myself, I don't know, it's God's grace. That's how I used to grace me, but I did it in a wrong way. So that's how I used to do, and the trust that people gave to me, so I could do anything. So that's how I really started the drug and substance abuse. Until now, it followed me further and further. I scored this smartly, and I was here advised that I'm a man who can score great grades, but if I give concentration to the curricula, as I used to do to the curricula, but I could not see that. Also, maybe one of the triggers that led to this, when I completed school, that's in the year 2012, I was informed for that time. After completing school that time, I got back in 2013 to at least better my grade because I scored a D+, you see. So I went to a day school, and now things became worse. And this day school, actually, I say it's where now on Mondays I could not attend school. This was a nursing day Monday. I go for nursing day Monday. And Fridays in the evening, not in the evening actually, in the afternoon Fridays. You could never find me in school. This is the time that I used to Skype, to go and do partying around the Meru town.
My goodness.
Yes, because now I want to feel feel myself. So I continued like that. It grew and grew until 2015 when I was admitted at the Prison Staff Training College just here. For the 9 months, let me say, I tried my best, but still I could access
the drugs.
Things. Yes. I'm sorry to confess, but...
no, why? These are things that happen and they kill our people every day.
Unajua singine tukisema, the government can wonder, how is this man? But let us be...
let us.
So I used to access those things, especially the tobacco. On weekends, we could do some cut and some drinks, obviously. And
the cut is?
The cut is Mira.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Yes, we used to do it. And then after that, still that my talent was
Yeah.
still chasing me,
Yeah.
and I was exempting a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a training ground, maybe for the police or any other disciplined force, most of the weekends you're engaged into general cleaning and thorough cleaning of the camps, of the camp, you see. So that time we had a club called the drama club for that year. So I was into it. I was a very good news anchor, and that is what I wanted to be in my life. I wanted to be a news anchor.
Yeah.
So I was absorbed. So most of the time, as these people were doing their stuff, sisi tuko pale train. So you see the talent is there, but still substance seduction is still in me. But I luckily got out very well. No one knew, but my friends, close allies knew that I was a drug addict. And, actually, sometimes I could not speak. You see, I have the talent, I can speak because I'm a good public speaker. But kuna mali ilifika, nikaona I must use something so that I communicate myself. And I think that is where I went more and more wrong, doing the right thing in the wrong places. I started being a reggae MC also. You see, I must do the reggae style. I must take the band.
Yeah.
It's like sacrament to them. But my friends, oh, that's not the real thing. Yeah, it's bad. So I continued like that. I was posted at Nairobi remand prison. That in the year 2016. And in the year 2016, let me say my work was not good. My appraisal was not advancing. Actually, it was deteriorating day and day. I was stopped salary severally because of indulgence into drug and substance. But really what made me this mad is I had a relationship when I was in class 6 and the girl was in class 4. So in our time in high school, we used to promise each other heaven and great things, you see. And actually, I remember she used to tell me, when I look at the future, I see ourselves as Lulu Hassan and Rashid Abdallah. So you can imagine those promises.
Yeah.
But once I came from my training camp, the girl was exposed to the environs of Nairobi. So for the first day, we catched up. Yes, we had some drinks, we had some break. We went clubbing, obviously. I went back to Meru for a short break. Now I came officially to report to work. So there is this day that I called her and told her maybe show up. It was on a weekend. It was on a Friday, and maybe that weekend was not supposed to report to work. So I wanted company, obviously. Now I'm very much away from my parents. No one who is governing me. No one who is chasing after me. So I just called her, and the lady really put me down. And she told me, I cannot deal with an askari. Siwezi. We mimi sitaki yangu. You see?
Nairobi girls.
Actually, I called her thrice.
Yeah.
The first time I was told, excuse me, and so I thought maybe she was engaged somewhere. So I called the second time. And she told me, I said, excuse me, I saw this thing is getting serious. Now, having schooled with her back in primary, I called her and introduced myself well, that this is Dennis Wakiama, because my dad is a teacher who taught her and taught me. So I told Dennis Wakiama that
you can't forget that.
Yes, because I know she can't forget that. So she told me, I just said, excuse me, I cannot deal with you. You don't know how to clad, to wear.
What?
Actually, I was a jeans man. I was a man who loved jeans. Ile ubabi sasa. I was more to it, so, and that's why I wear suits. People judge me of suits anyway. But I made a declaration with my God that when you help me go, I was dumped because of suits and you see. So
the heartbreak worked for your good.
Yes, it worked for my good, and she's my friend even today. Yes, but unajua lazima pia nijichoche kidogo. Yeah. So I went on like that. So I was like, I hated myself more. My self-esteem was lowered because now you can see, if it were not of my job, then this girl could be my girl. So I hated my job. I hated my parents. Why? They didn't give me chance to decide which course I want to do, and I wanted to be a journalist. So I indulged into alcoholism. Actually, I could not attend the afternoon job. It is not. So it came a time I was stopped salary, and I turned out now to be someone else, a dirty man. Not as you can see me probably now, to be dirty. Actually, I could have a bath, I think once in 3 months.
Once in 3 months?
Once in 3 months. Why? Because I will go clubbing.
Yeah.
Kuna club inaitwa Texas Town. Nilipenda sana. So it's a reggae club. So I used to go there up to 5:30 in the morning. Then I drop hapo Inda. Then I change by 6:30 niko parade. So where I will be assigned duty,
Yeah.
I will look for a place that I can sleep. So I sleep up to 12. Mostly our duties go up to 1. So I go sleep up to 1. Then we come and change shifts. I go change the uniform, narudi base. So it went on like that. And let me say, when the salary was stopped, my mom used to support me. My family used to support me because they know I'm in Nairobi. I'm not being paid. I'm working nearly, you see. So the money that they used to send me, actually, I used to, the most expensive food that I used to eat was lunch. And that cost me 40 bob. So the rest of the money is drinking and chewing. Miraa and chewing, cat, mogoka. And I didn't know my mind was losing. So for me, I was seeing myself, I'm okay. But people could tell me, Dennis, the way you came and the way you are, there must be something wrong.
Yeah.
You can imagine unakopa mogoka until inafika 11,000. Yes, my mom paid that bill.
What?
11,000. Yes.
Yeah, now that is now addiction.
Yeah, so
11 Gs.
11 Gs, yes. So I also started having tremens. I could not speak my word out in the morning unless I get a puff of cigarette or a quarter or a tot of a spirit.
Something that just started with you trying to fit in,
Just to fit in.
is now finishing you.
Is finishing.
Without the people you were trying to fit in with.
Actually, most of them are doing well. And they were like, Dennis, hey Manzi, your life is not good. So that's why I say addiction depends on someone. It's not, my case cannot be your case. So we must be very much vigilant. You must know, okay, it's not good for me to do what Mary is doing. No, because maybe our chemical formation in our bodies and the receptors are very different. Kuna mtu atavuta bangi saa hii asubuhi. It is the last time that you will be normal. And there is someone who can smoke.
You know this topic.
Yeah. There is someone who can smoke for more than 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And he's okay. But truth be said, at one point, psychologically, if he or she is assessed by a psychiatric, you will realize kuna kitu moja function mzuri. Yes. So I continue like that, drinking until there was a nikapata accident. And on this day, it was on a Friday morning, and it was a administration police pass out, and my cousin was passing out. So this morning I called my mom and told her, you see now, people are coming all the way from Meru to come and visit this gentleman with gifts. What am I going to give? Sina mshahara. So mom told me, just wait, I will send you some money. She sent me 2,000. And I was like, wow, huyu jamani askari kama mimi nimpatie 2,000 ya nini? So for me, it was just to appear technically. That was my intention. And maybe in the evening or in the afternoon, actually, I was to withdraw and rush to my base to take my chewing, miras and the alcohols and what have you. But I don't know if it was God's plan. Just before I got to the place, I was hit as I was a palio. Let me say, I was driving. Actually, I was being driven by someone. I just kaingia tu kwa motorbike kawaida, vile tu unaweza panda motorbike Nairobi. So you were hit by a car, that is Kenya bus, that bus, yes. And then that's how things now started changing.
That's how things started changing.
Yes. So the next step, I saw myself at Nairobi West in pain, in great pain. But because of the disease of addiction, I told myself I'm not it, so I couldn't disturb the doctors. Can you please bandage my leg and leave, allow me to leave? Because naona bana ni saa 9 base, watu washaingia, and people now are wondering. You see, actually, the ambulance was called all the way from Kiambu, all the way to that Nitoaje bypass. Yes, it came and picked me. So when I got to hospital, I was injected with a drug that is called morphine. Morphine is a prescription drug purposely for pain.
Pain, yeah.
And when I was injected, I told the doctor, "Oh, if you are going to be giving me this, I can stay in this hospital for as long as you want." Because now I was feeling high. So it compensated. Little did I know the doctors cannot agree that. Actually, you're supposed to be given another dose after 8 hours. At least I was done the surgery, the plating was done, I was admitted for 2 weeks. So I was forced to get back to my place because that time I was not married. That I see married, there no one to take care of me. So I got home. My mom came and picked me in Kakameru. Nikavumilia, maybe the first month. The second month, they started gizzering drinks from outside. I would ask people to bring me drinks, to bring me mira home as I do myself. So it continued like that, and job and mercy on me. So my salary was reinstated back. I remember I received like 100,000 because ilikuwa imesimamishwa kwa muda mrefu. So after this, what I did is clubbing started. I started feeling the atmosphere. I don't want to stay here. Haibambi nikishikisha peke yangu, haibambi nikikunywa peke yangu. So I used now to call motorbike. When parents are not around, I jump into it and go for clubs. I'm in clutches, my leg is plated. I cannot sit well on a motorbike. Actually, I was sitting sideways. What I used to do, I used to carry two pillows. And all these things, by the way, are recorded in my gallery. It is God who made me have pictures of them. Sikuwa najua kama nitakuja kuzitumia. So that's why I say, I talk what I've seen, not what I've learned. So I could carry these pillows. As you are sitting now, this chair was for me to place my leg as I do the drinking with other friends, just to place it to be straight. Sababu ikikaa chini hivi, it was very painful. So naekewa. As I continued drinking,
for you to feed your addiction.
For me to feed my addiction. So I continued like that. Everyone home was mad at me. But I could not realize this. So it came this time around October, I decided to convince and seduce the banks because I'm now a civil servant and pleaded with them automatically as a civil servant. They just need your payslip, and I was given access to 800,000 Kenyan shillings as loan.
Dennis, you are a rich man.
Yes. So I remember I was employed at the age of 20. This is my early 21. You see. So I have now 800,000 cash. The thing that I only thought of, I bought a second-hand motorbike at 100K. 300K, don't know how I spent it. Why I said 80% is substance addiction, because 20% is of other addictions. Being promiscuous, obviously. Everyone who does drugs, a lady or a man, he or she is promiscuous, multiple partners, you see. So I wanted still to the girls to know Dennis is here, and Dennis is the man, Yendi of Bazumta. So you see, the 300,000 I just to stand on drinking and maybe patting. 400K I put up a club that didn't last for more than 2 weeks. And it was on December 12th. That's when we opened it. We launched it officially. It was called Club Zion. You see, people, my friends were convincing me, just call it Club Jamhuri because ilifunguliwa Jamhuri Day. But I was telling them, no, Zion is my thing. I didn't know there was a spiritual connection, you see. So for 2 weeks, it took me only 2 weeks to finish the stock myself. Because the first day, I turned out to be very much arrogant. You see, when you chase customers, they won't come back again. So I really beat them using my stick. That is the clutch, and breaking glasses and what have you. So from there, the customers were put off, and so it's I who was drinking the stock. Naingia na juzia. My motorbike used to take me to the place. Nakunywa, nikimaliza naenda, nafunga club yangu naenda. For 2 weeks, the 400 was done. That is stock, minus the painting, minus the design, and what have you. And after this, I just told mom and dad, you go and pick the chairs and everything. Nishamaliza kazi yangu. So you see, frustrations zimeongezekea. Number one, I was frustrated of this girl. Number two, I was frustrated because of my job. Now I have a job, I'm frustrated. I am empty. My payslip is just running empty. It's on a negative space.
Yes. Hey, well, let's hold it there. Yes. Let's hold it there. So our time, oh my goodness. just hold it there. Our time for today
Yes.
is over. But don't worry,
Don't.
because we are going. You have quite a journey. You have quite a journey. I don't even need to ask you why you thought of Yada. I don't even need to ask you, because that was a deep. I think it's one of the deepest pits of addiction I've ever had.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to hear how you came out of that in our next episode.
Yes.
So that is all we had for you for today. That was Dennis Wakiyama. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
The CEO of Yada, telling us about his story with the drug addiction. This is not just something that you do a parting shot. This is something you listen to until the end. So stay tuned even as we continue with this story in our next episode. Ciao.